folks. Welcome to Your Day Extra, presented by Dayton 24/7 Now. I'm your host, Nathan Edwards, the morning anchor here on Your Day, and also my co-anchor, Alex King. Hi, Alex.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good, and our producer, Natalie Cooper.
That's me, hi.
Hi, Natalie. You're normally behind the scenes,
I
and
know.
you're making your little on-air debut today.
My debut, I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, I am so excited to get started here. I just want to kind of break this down for people who are new. This is only our second episode of Your Day Extra. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to break down some of the fun national headlines, some of the fun local headlines in our community. We're going to go around the horn, each have our own stories that we brought to the table this morning. Then we're going to talk about some of the things that we loved and hated about the week, and then we'll wrap up with our final thoughts. So, it's very similar to what you would see on the morning show, Your Day. So I want to dive right in with some of our headlines right now. I'm going to start with you, Alex.
All right.
What is your first big story of the week?
Yeah, so both of my stories are going to be national stories, but we're going to start with one really sweet story that you might judge at first, but we'll dive in. An Arizona newlyweds say they love White Castle restaurants almost as much as they love each other. So they got married at one in Scottsdale. Drew and Jamie Schmidt both have long accepted that White Castle will always have a piece of their heart. So they said I do to each other, but also to a giant slider wedding cake, to crowns, armor, and around 150 family and friends joining them at their happy place. So for Jamie, the wife, White Castle isn't just a place she loves and they've eaten at hundreds of times, but it's actually a home. It's been one she didn't have anywhere else to go as she was physically and sexually abused as a teenager. So it's a really special place for her, which I thought was really nice.
Yeah, that's an unexpected turn there.
Yeah, I didn't expect that last part. I just figured this couple really loves White Castle, but then it actually is a very, very sentimental thing for them, which I think is really sweet. I mean, I know my husband and I, when we got married, we did it in the middle of COVID, and it was a very, very small ceremony as a result. And a lot of people were like, oh, aren't you going to regret not having the princess experience? Aren't you going to regret? And I'm like, no, because what we did was very meaningful and special to us. You know what I mean? So I really feel good for this couple.
Yeah.
I'm good for them.
Now, do you guys like White Castle?
No.
It's huge in Columbus. It has a cult following like Skyline does in Cincinnati. And it's not even from Columbus. It was actually started out in, I believe, Nebraska. I went to the town where it started. They don't even have a White Castle there anymore. And honestly, the only White Castle here in Dayton is in Trotwood. And I think there's one as you get a little bit closer to Cincinnati. But do you...
Yes. I wish I could say no, because I know it's garbage food and I know it's bad for you. But yeah, I do like White Castle on occasion.
I am a big stan. I'm not going to lie. A huge White Castle fan. Like when I go, I like to get there. When I was a kid, when I was in high school, we used to do the crave cases. Me and my brother, which is a crave case is 30 burgers.
That is so many.
My brother and I in high school. It's my brother.
I heard you gag, Alex.
My brother's a big dude. He's like 6'4", 240 pounds. I mean, he's just a big guy. And him and I would eat 15 apiece.
Gosh.
We would have case races, crave case races with our friends and see who could finish it first.
Interesting.
I always felt like I was going to throw up afterwards, but I mean, it was pretty good.
That'll do it.
No one eats more than a teenage boy. I swear.
No, you're not wrong there. And my wife honestly won't let me eat it around her anymore because she doesn't like the smell.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's very onion and pickle heavy, which is what I love about it.
My grandma loves White Castle, so my parents will get every so often for her. But the last time I've had White Castle, I was probably 10 years old.
Well,
so it's been a while.
A lot of people steer clear because what they say about sliders, they slide in and slide out. So
Ew. What are your guys' favorite fast foods?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A?
My number one. And then Skyline. I love Skyline. Big Cincy gal.
Skyline's fast.
Skyline.
Yeah.
I get Skyline every other week.
I got a rep Cincy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Chipotle definitely high on my list.
Oh, yes. We get Chipotle probably every Thursday.
I eat a stupid amount of hothead.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's a healthier option.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Yeah. That's what we keep telling ourselves
not the worst.
anyways. But, I enjoy it. And, I like most fast food. I'll even eat the ones that aren't good. So.
White Castle
Same.
goes above and beyond though for their customers. I know they do a big Valentine's Day thing, and that's what the couple said. They know it's an unconventional spot, but they actually gave some advice. They said if you have an idea, just go with it, go bold, do it big, do it exactly how you want, and they just did just that.
White Castle's still been riding that high after Harold and Kumar, and they are rocking and rolling ever since. All right, Natalie, I'm going to move this down just a hair because I'm not seeing your face as much. But
I was worried it was in
there we
my
go.
face here. Is
So-
this okay?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So what is your number one story here?
I wanted to talk about the Titanic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they just did a new 3D scan of the Titanic and the surrounding debris field for about like 3 miles. And it's this 3D scan that's never really been done before. And they found things like personal belongings from passengers, shoes, watches, things like that. And it's over 700,000 images compiled to make this new 3D scan. And I just think it's really interesting that it's almost like the more technology advances, the further back we're able to study in human history. And I just think that's so fascinating to the little nerd in me.
Did they find any evidence that Jack could have been saved and put on the raft?
Yeah, they're measuring the door.
I actually saw a video the other day of this man who went up to his mom, and he's like, this is a grown man. And he's like, Mom, it's not real. And she was like, what are you talking about? She's like, Titanic, it's not real. And she's like, yes, it is. He's like, no,
What?
Jack and Rose are not real. I thought it was a documentary. He said he named his kids after Jack and Rose.
Wow.
That
I'm
is
pretty sure it
hilarious.
was a fake video, but I still just thought it was
I
hilarious.
mean, it
That's
wouldn't
very
surprise
funny.
me if it's
People
real.
that.
I probably think it is a documentary. Oh my gosh. When you saw those images, I think it's the most in-depth look we've ever had of the Titanic. I mean,
Yeah.
they've had like, roaming cameras kind of going through, but nothing of this depth and I guess detail.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think that's so fascinating because, it is this thing also that was popularized by Leonardo DiCaprio and Titanic. And not that it wasn't, obviously very famous before that, but everybody has this kind of romantic notion about like what it was. And I just think it's so fascinating that we just keep doing this.
If you see the images, I mean, they are gorgeous.
Yeah, it's such high quality.
Insane. Yeah.
Here's something cool, though. I will say, if you are interested in shipwrecks and find them to be fascinating, if you go up into northern Michigan, which is actually where my wife's family's from, you can go out on the Great Lakes, and it is so clear out there that you can literally drive your boat out and look down and see shipwrecks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, there have been so many shipwrecks up on Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, that, I mean, it is a ship graveyard. And the famous Edmund Fitzgerald wrecked up in Lake Superior. So, I mean, if you're interested in shipwrecks, but you ain't going to make it out in the middle of the ocean to see the Titanic, that's a good option.
Yeah, we go to Dale Hollow Lake, and I believe they have an area where you can go scuba diving around shipwrecks as well.
What's fun is I think I found a piece of a ship that had washed ashore at the beach near my in-laws' house on a small lake.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it was just this little rotted piece of wood that washed up, and it was sweet.
Oh.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
insane.
For living in Ohio, I've not really been to Michigan at all.
You should
I
go.
haven't either. And I've seen pictures, and there's parts of it that literally look like Hawaii, so I really want to go.
I have friends that take trips to Holland every year. I have friends that take trips up to Lake Mackinac, or Mackinac Island is what I meant. And every time they post pictures, I'm like, wow, that's gorgeous. I should go. And then I never do.
Yeah.
Well, you can look at my pictures. I'm going there next weekend.
That's
leaving
fun.
soon,
So,
guys.
and my wife's family lives
You're
up there.
abandoning us.
Yep, thank goodness.
You deserve it.
So moving to something that's almost as old as the Titanic, the star of the swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated.
Oh my God. Nathan.
I'm not practicing ageism here, but because what I got to say is Martha Stewart looked hot.
She did.
Good for her.
She looked amazing.
She is now on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. I looked at it, I was like, Martha Stewart, first off, had no idea she was 81. And
Oh my
second off-
God.
Yeah.
81.
She's 81.
She's 81, and she looks incredible.
She's 81.
Have you seen the pictures? You saw the
no,
pictures,
I saw the
right?
pictures. Yeah, I wrote about it in the news.
81's pretty wild.
I know.
Yeah.
I hope I look like that when I'm 81. That's
I
all
always
I'm
thought
saying.
she kind of aged gracefully, but then like seeing those pictures, I was like, wow, she looks really
Yeah,
good.
Prison did not age her at all.
Because she was the queen of the prison yard. I mean, come on, let's be real here.
Stress free.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty incredible to see, though, and I like the image or the message it sends, too, that, I think as we're aging, I think aging's slowing down for a lot of people, except myself. It's accelerating, mostly because of children. I age like a meth head. It's okay. Probably should not have said
Can you say
that.
that? Can you say that?
And it's all because of children. I just said it. Anyways,
Aging coming out,
there's
obviously.
a lot of people that are aging more gracefully now than they have before.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I agree. And I think it's great because I just really think that, there's this image of young and beautiful that Hollywood kind of puts out, but there are people that are kind of disproving that.
Yeah. And I think Sports Illustrated is getting better at diversifying what they use.
Yeah,
you know?
showing different
Yeah.
body images
Yes, exactly.
and stuff. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition in today's world is still here. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to get too political here, but I mean, they're obviously adapting.
Yeah.
And Martha's the queen.
Absolutely, she is. And Megan Fox just did a shoot with them as well. And
Really?
those pictures were amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Love
she's
Megan
gorgeous.
Fox.
yeah.
She's my celebrity crush for sure.
Yeah.
She's weird as heck, though.
She's kind of weird. Yeah.
She's kind of weird with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
Are they still together?
I think
Yes.
so.
I don't know. They were.
I don't know. I hear rumors
They're
back
ready
and
to
forth.
drink each other's
but-
blood and all that weird stuff.
Oh, yeah.
so
And there
I
was
don't know.
that, didn't they they either handcuffed themselves together or something? Like they had a chain linking their fingers one day all at a party.
And
was
I
like,
know
that's
her
absurd.
engagement ring had a thorn on it, so it would hurt if she took it off.
Oh my gosh. That is insane behavior.
That's psycho.
Yeah.
But whatever,
But when you look that good,
I guess if that's.
I guess you
There's
can get
like
away
a
with it.
scale.
I'd be keeping my distance, but that's just me.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, what do you got for story number 2 this morning?
Yes, this time we are taking it to the Hawaii Islands. A fisherman in Hawaii is counting his blessings. Miraculously, he was unhurt after an encounter with a shark over the weekend. He actually captured the entire incident on his GoPro. So it basically looks like a scene from the movie Jaws. And the experience was definitely so scary. He says he didn't catch it on. If he didn't catch it on video, people would not have believed him. And we showed the video on our morning show this week, and the video is intense. You can see the shark just dive up out of the water and bite onto his kayak. He was fishing on his kayak, and he was over a mile offshore in shallow waters off of one of the islands. But he was able to kick the shark away, and he said he even kept fishing. He doesn't know why it happened, but he did say that after the attack he saw a wounded seal. So that could probably be a good reason. And then he said the marks on the kayak were pretty small, and he was just shaken up and just happy to live to tell the tale.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit more context too here. That shark was bigger than a boat.
Yes.
You know,
Smaller
He could
than, or
have
bigger than
taken
his
that kayak out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
easily.
it was like that line from Jaws where they're like, "We're gonna need a bigger boat."
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. This thing was huge. What would
It
you
was. I honestly don't know. I probably would just curl up in a ball and just
And die?
cry.
Yeah, eat me, shark.
Accept my fate.
I think
Or I
it's-
would maybe go throwing punches at it.
I think it's easy to say what you might do, but then when you get that adrenaline rush and you get that shock in your system, like nobody knows. Because it's so easy to be like, oh, why did this person not do this when they were in this life-threatening situation? It's
Yeah.
like, well, because they
Yeah.
were afraid.
Well, I think too, you look at it and like it happened so fast in the video. It was literally like a 2-second thing. And it was done.
Yeah.
So you know,
I bet it felt like a lifetime.
it might
Yeah.
have.
I mean,
but-
the fact that he kicked it is impressive.
Oh, yeah. The fight aspect, because my immediate response to fight or flight is flight. The fact that
Well,
he
you wouldn't want
fought-
to jump in the water, so.
No, yeah.
Have you guys ever had a scary experience with an animal?
No, I
Probably.
literally almost walked right into a jellyfish when I was younger, but I
That's
saw
so
it
scary.
right before I got to it, so I managed to miss it. But that's probably like the closest thing I've gotten to anything.
No, I honestly really haven't, and I'm very lucky. But I am also like a big fraidy cat. Like I'm so afraid of insects. I won't go into the butterfly room at the zoo.
Really?
Yeah, no, they freak me
Wow.
out.
You know, for me, there was one time I was walking Cooper and a dog charged us. And I literally just yelled at the
Oh,
dog.
no.
I said, "You leave us alone!"
Yeah.
And the dog stopped and didn't come at us.
That's
But I was
a big
ready.
fear of mine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I
was
love
ready
my
to-
puppy. I would
Actually, that
I
does
was ready to
remind
kick
me.
the dog. I'm
Oh,
not gonna
that
lie.
actually did happen to my childhood dog. A stray came up on it and flipped my dog over. She was just a little tiny Westie.
Aw.
Flipped my Westie over, and I don't know if he was hurting her, but I just like went into protective mama mode and started kicking the dog, which I hate admitting. But it was a stray dog, and
Well,
I just wanted to get him off my
Well,
dog.
I mean,
Yeah.
in that situation, that's all you can do. Is
Yeah.
either you have your dog get hurt,
Yeah.
killed, or you
It
take
worked.
care of the situation.
It ran away.
I mean, you
Actually,
were attacked
yeah,
first.
that did happen to my dog. Our neighbors were pulling up. My dog was a puggle. He was half pug, half beagle. So he's little and stocky.
Yep.
And our neighbors had just gotten home from a trip, and they had let their dog out, who was a German Shepherd and like younger, like kind of a puppy. And he walked over, and his tail was up. I thought it was going to be friendly, and I was just on a walk, and I was like, hi, and I tried to pull my dog along, and then it pinned my dog to the sidewalk.
Ugh.
And immediately I just scooped it up and scooped him up, and my neighbors didn't even say anything. They were just like,
Yeah.
oh, come on. I was like,
Like,
okay.
Yeah,
my dog's like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I know my dog could fight with the best of them, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
really be too
Yeah.
I
worried.
think-
He's a bit of a nut job.
I
but-
think our dog would hold his own as well, but I don't like
Not
taking
mine.
it. Like, I refuse to take him to the dog park by myself, or even, like, I don't love even taking him on a walk by ourselves. Like, I want to have my husband there just in case something does happen.
he's pretty strong too. The
Yeah,
dog.
he's strong. Yeah, he's about 80
Oh,
pounds.
not Keith.
So.
No, well, Keith is strong too. I mean, he's an Adonis of a man, but
I know. You always say that every
I
time.
know, every time.
dude's
Keith
built.
is his man crush.
Yeah, I mean, he's so charming.
He is.
You know, she's embarrassed now. Well, you know, you married him, so
I know.
that's right. All right, Natalie, what we got for round 2 here?
I love this story. I have enjoyed writing about this story this week. In Miamisburg, Steak Time just broke the world record for the longest cheesesteak. It was over 650 feet long.
And 3 inches.
And 3 inches.
The 3 inches always matter.
That really
Yeah.
matters.
What?
Okay. The previous record was 534 feet, so they blew it out of the water by over 120 feet and 3 inches. And
It matters.
It had so much. It was like hundreds of pounds of cheese and 600 pieces of bread. And I just think, you know, like with all of the stuff going on in the world, all of the bad stuff, there is somebody out there just like chasing their dream,
And that's to make a
however
giant cheese-
specific it is. And I just
cheesesteak,
think that's
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, it looked good.
Plus,
It looked
their
real good.
cheesesteaks are so good. I've had them.
Well, shout out to them. That sounds
Yeah.
amazing. Though
Yeah.
I do have something I need to bring up.
Okay.
It was not one continuous
No,
cheesesteak.
we were talking
Okay.
about this. on
Okay,
the
they
show,
were like
if you guys
individual
don't know.
sandwiches lined up. Like I feel like to
Yeah.
break the record has to be one continuous
That's what I
650.
expected it to
But then
be.
again, we don't know what the previous record holder had done.
Yeah.
Actually-
I mean, I guess you can't have just, I guess, one long piece of bread. That's a little unrealistic, maybe. I don't
True.
know.
Yeah, my husband and I were debating this, and he goes, look, the only thing limiting the size of your bread is the size of your oven and your creativity. So he was like, what if it was like a rolling oven where it's like you slid out the other end like a conveyor belt? And I was like, are you designing this oven to
Wait,
make...
that's patented.
I know, yeah.
It'll probably break at some point though.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's a lot.
But yeah, no, I don't like that it was 600 individual cheesesteaks, but also they did it.
Yeah,
you know?
So realistically, on
Mm-hmm.
like if I was feeling just like a monster, I think I could devour 2 feet of that cheesesteak.
Oh my gosh.
But
Well,
is there like any? Don't judge. You're judging
Nathan,
me.
you should
You're
definitely
judging me right
participate
now.
in some eating contests.
I'm
win some
okay.
money or
I mean,
something.
I do like my arteries. Like I said, on a good day, I think I could do it, and doesn't mean I will. Is there any food that if it was put in front of you, you would not be able to stop yourself from eating all of that and some?
Ice cream,
Really?
really?
pasta, or pizza.
Pizza is a big one.
And I could also drink anyone under the table when it comes to wine.
Oh,
Oh, bold.
I would be entertained to see that version of
I can
you.
drink at least 2 bottles on my own.
I
Oh
had
my
2
gosh.
glasses of wine at your little wedding reception
Yeah.
that you had, and I was like bouncing in my seat. Like,
I mean, I might be blacked
that's-
out, but I can keep
That's
going.
that's the most personality I've seen out of you.
oh my God, Nathan.
It was fun.
And what about you? Is there a food that you would just demolish?
Any dip. I love dip.
Oh,
I feel
queso is huge.
Queso, spinach artichoke dip, buffalo chicken dip.
yes.
And one of our old directors used to make a zebra cake dip. It was like Cool Whip and zebra cakes, like Little Debbie, and then just like whipped up together.
That sounds amazing.
And you'd eat it on graham crackers. The restraint I would show of only getting a little bit every time we'd have like a party. I wanted the whole thing.
You know what? I have to bring you guys my mom's pumpkin dip she makes in the fall every year. It's so good. And with graham crackers. Yeah, I'll bring it in for you guys.
You better.
It's so good.
Okay, so I've got my power ranking. You ready?
Okay, what's your power ranking?
Okay. Coming in at number 5 of the most demolishable foods, probably puppy chow.
Oh, I love puppy chow.
Love puppy chow. Probably number 4 would be fried chicken.
I can smash some cans.
I could eat a whole bucket of KFC. Number 3 for me would probably be pizza.
Is there a specific kind of pizza or a
Any
specific
kind of
restaurant?
pizza. Doesn't matter. I'll eat it all.
Okay.
Number 2 would be chicken wings. I have a fun story about that in a second. And then, well, actually, a fun story about chicken. I got into a chicken wing eating competition. With,
so he has done the food competitions.
with my friend. This dude's he was just a massive human being. He's a big guy, and he ate 52, and I got to 37, and I just couldn't go any further.
That is
That's
so
a lot.
impressive to me, though.
I eat like 4 chicken wings and I'm full.
I could probably do like 20 now and be okay. So, but
I
anyways,
can't get past like 6 or 7.
my gluttony aside, number 1, chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, of
yeah.
course. Knew that one was coming.
I could just demolish those, and just when my wife makes them, I'm like always sneaking into the kitchen and grabbing them. And I'm only sneaking because I feel
She's
guilty.
like, Nathan,
She
where did
don't-
the cookies go?
No, she don't care. She'll let me eat as many cookies as I want.
She just makes them specifically for
Why do you
you.
feel
Yeah, she
guilty
does.
about it? Why do you
Because
feel like
I-
you have to sneak?
Because I'm like thinking to myself, this is sending me on my way to diabetes right now. So I need to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, but we
husband-
always appreciate the cute pictures of the boys
Oh,
holding
yeah.
the cookies.
Yeah, I mean, the boys love the cookies as much as I do.
I'll have him make you some, but my husband makes the best chocolate chip cookies. He makes them like New York style where they're really soft and wide and they're so good.
Oh my God. See, I've never been able to get them like that flat.
He's
You know what I mean?
better at baking than I am. And one day when he was changing jobs and he had like a week off between jobs, he just spent the entire week baking and he made blueberry pie, chocolate chip cookies, this, that, the other thing. I was like, I've gained 10 pounds this week. You need to stop. Like,
You know,
I can't.
That's a keeper right there.
Oh, I know.
It is. I love that.
I know.
The most I
Lucky
can
you.
bake is blueberry muffins.
Hey, I take that. That's good too.
They're so
I mean,
The one thing we do, though, is every Christmas. So it's a big tradition for me. I used to bake all the time with my mom. And then when she passed away, because we would bake together and we'd deliver cookie trays to everybody and like our family and friends.
Yeah, my mom does
and
that.
yeah, and when she passed away, I just kind of picked up the mantle of doing it myself. But also around Christmas time, my husband is the only person that knows his late grandfather's fudge recipe.
Oh.
So what we do is we kind of combine efforts and then we make cookie trays with like fudge and cookies for everybody.
Bring us some stuff for
Oh,
Christmas?
yeah.
I love that.
yeah.
And that's what it's all about, is carrying on family traditions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like a huge family tradition from like both sides of our family, which I think is just so sweet that we get to do together now because it makes it easier when you're doing it with somebody.
Carry it on to future generations.
My soul is warm now. Thank you.
I
That's
know.
I like that
Warm
story.
like a chocolate chip cookie fresh
is
out
like-
of the oven.
On that note, let's go on to our next story here. There's a company called Telly that's giving away free 55-inch TV. So you might be asking yourself, what's the catch here? Well, you actually have another small mini screen, like a hot dog size screen at the bottom of the TV.
dog
I like a
size?
foot long. Okay,
Got food on the brain.
I do have the food on the brain.
It's been a busy morning.
Like, and this dual screen smart screen, so you can watch your program on the top. Then the extra screen on the bottom will just have like commercials and stocks and whatever else they want to put on there. They got like a built-in camera, built-in microphone. You can do video calls, voice-activated assistants, but you can't cover the camera. And
You
have
can't?
no, and you got to keep up.
there
the
goes my
ads.
plan.
You got to keep up the ads at all times. So. With that being said, would you take a free TV if you were saddled with the ads and you also had no control over?
Absolutely not. No. Firm no.
Why?
I hate advertisements. I hate them. Like, we pay for most of our subscriptions, like, well, we pay for all of them. But, like, we have so many subscriptions that we don't have to watch the ads. But then sometimes when I get stuck watching an ad, like on YouTube or something,
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is the most inopportune, because we used to have programming with designated commercial breaks, and stuff used to be scripted to the breaks where it would be a natural pausing point. And then if I'm watching something on YouTube, it comes mid-sentence and it's an unskippable 15-second ad. And I just find that so much more irritating than pre-scheduled breaks. And to just never have a break from them, absolutely not.
Speaking of which, this podcast is brought to you by...
Oh, yeah.
No, just kidding. Just kidding.
I hate advertisers, except for ours.
No, yeah.
No, I
yeah,
know.
you know, I get that. I mean, but you really wouldn't have to watch the advertisements.
They're just in the bottom
They're
corner,
just in
I
the
think.
bottom, like playing
So you can still
on
keep
loop.
watching.
I'm
TV.
so easily distracted.
It's like one of those
Yeah.
tickers that
It would
you
be
have,
distracting, you're right.
you know,
Yeah.
on a building.
And I know most people who commented on this story, you know, mentioned they didn't like the idea of having the camera.
Yeah, that too.
Just a little invasion of privacy. You just don't know who will be watching.
I get that. And people don't like Big Brother watching, so yeah, I don't know. I would take it from my garage. Free.
garage, I think,
I'm
would
all
be a good
about free
spot for
anything,
it.
so whatever.
And your wife actually did
She did.
apply
She
for
watched
it.
our news show, and she's like, "I'm going to apply for one," because she always somehow gets a bunch of free stuff.
I'm so
That's so
jealous.
funny.
I
Yeah,
never
your wife
do.
does.
Yeah, she scores the freebies. All right, let's go around the horn here with our love and hate. Natalie, what did you love this week?
Oh, do I have to start with what I love this week?
What did you hate this week?
I hated this morning.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was a crazy day and everything happening. There was just a lot of breaking news and a lot of stuff happening. But actually, it kind of ended on a good note. I'm going to say I loved being on the second episode of the podcast today.
Oh yeah, this is your podcast debut, Natalie.
Yeah.
I've been begging to be on the podcast ever since this
has.
idea came about. I was
She's
like, let me
definitely-
in, let me in.
Been nudging Nathan.
I know.
Like, hey.
I learned how to do the behind the scenes stuff. I want to be on.
It doesn't take much nudging from me.
Apparently it did. I wasn't on the first episode.
Okay, Natalie. Okay. Well, we're glad to have you, and we're happy that
thanks.
you're doing this.
Absolutely.
Love, hate.
Yeah, so actually my hate kind of bounces off of hers. Ending the week without you in the studio was definitely very somber in studio. Nathan was out on breaking news all morning, so Nick and I were just hanging out, and he just couldn't fill your shoes.
Oh, poor Nick.
But you killed it though, anchoring yourself all morning. I almost felt bad for you because we were doing the shows and I was boothing them, and I was like, man, I made her run around a lot
Sorry,
while
it kept
she
me
was
awake. I was tired.
Well,
today,
when I'm on
so.
vacation next week,
Yeah,
sorry, you're gonna have to
so
do a
gonna
lot
have to
of
deal
solo
with it.
running. So
That's all right. And then my love is I have been seeing so many graduation posts on social media.
yeah.
So it's getting
Oh, yeah.
high school and college. So my sister-in-law, she's actually graduating from high school this weekend. So we're getting excited to go celebrate her. But
That's
I just
great.
love seeing it. It's so great.
I love seeing it too, and you think about the future that many of these folks are set up with, and that's the thing about graduation is, you know, it's a new beginning for a lot of people. If you're graduating high school, you have college or maybe a job to look forward to, and
Yep.
same goes for college. If you're graduating, maybe you're going to be starting your adult life. You got to start adulting. The fun
Don't
thing
do
is,
it. It's a scam.
It's a scam.
it is a scam. It's pretty terrible
It
adulting.
is such a nice thing, though, to be just so genuinely happy for someone else when you
Yeah.
get nothing from it. It's
Yeah.
not like a selfish happiness.
No.
It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so happy that you're doing this, and
Yeah.
it's just a good feeling. Yeah.
Absolutely.
By the way, my son graduates from kindergarten next Wednesday.
Oh,
Just throwing that out there.
All right, your love hate.
So my love hate of the week, I loved the new trailer for the movie Killers of the Flower Moon. Have you guys heard about this one?
No.
Okay, so it is Martin Scorsese's newest movie
Okay.
with Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and a star-studded cast. And it's about this group of Native Americans down in Oklahoma who got rich off the oil boom. And then a mysterious murder started happening in the town. And so the investigators were brought in. And this is actually what sparked the creation of the FBI. Was the
Really?
investigation into this, yes. So it's based off of a book. I used to live in Oklahoma, so I know the area that they're talking about. I used to cover it. And so I'm super fascinated. It looks like a great movie. Runtime is like about 3 hours, so you're going to have to...
3 hours and 26 minutes,
Yeah,
I believe.
it's a long
Oh,
one.
that was the one Andy
Yeah.
was writing about. That he said it's worth it. Like
It is-
trying to convince
Yes.
people to
I mean,
go
Said
watch
it
the
will like change your
movie.
life or something.
I will say I love all Martin Scorsese's movie, Goodfellas, The Irishman. That was a
Yes.
longer one. That one was good. It took me 2 days to watch, but I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
What I was saying is for a 3-hour movie like that, I just think I need to wait until I can watch it at home because I will 100% fall asleep to it in the theaters. Because when we went to see Avatar, that was torture sitting there for 3 hours.
See, I feel like I focus better in the theater because I'm around other people, whereas I snuggle up on my own couch couch with my blankets and I've got my candles and I'm like,
Yeah.
out.
We'll probably fall asleep and have to try watching it multiple days in a row.
That was me with the last Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, I mean, some of the longer movies, they do take a little bit of stamina to get through, but get some snacks, you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
In terms of a hate of the week, this is always hard because I don't know. The week doesn't drive me too nuts.
Yeah.
It just depends on the amount of sleep that I get, to be honest with you. But in terms of the hate, is I just cannot. I'm still on this, and our executive producer Andy, he's gonna get on me for this one. But I like the whole Harry and Meghan chase story is the dumbest thing. It sounds fabricated, and it sounds like they're just trying to get more attention. And
yeah.
I'm like,
That's fair.
they're about to get annexed. They got annexed from Britain, but if they keep this up here, they're gonna get annexed from the U.S. as well because, like, it's just annoying at this point.
That's fair.
Attention grabbing. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
don't
final
pay
thoughts. We have just a hot second here. Go.
My final thoughts. I'm getting excited for pool and cookout season. We're so close.
Oh, yeah. No, that's mine too. I was going to say that too.
And I just love the sunshine and ready for my vacation next
the
weekend.
weather.
So, everybody, we appreciate you listening to Your Day Extra. Again, my name is Nathan Edwards. I'm the morning anchor for Your Day. Alex King, my co-anchor on Your Day. And then our producer from Your Day, Natalie Cooper. We appreciate you watching. Of course, make sure you like and subscribe on all podcast providers, like the Your Day Facebook page. And we'll see you back here next weekend. And this has been a Dayton 24/7 Now production. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Adios.
Bye.